السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. We continue inshallah ta'ala with our Arabic language class or Arabic language session, part of our summer with Surah Al-Baqarah. Today inshallah ta'ala we will be starting the 8th lesson, correct? The 8th lesson from our notebook. And as we mentioned, that the nature of this program is like a crash course. And we are trying to apply or relate the Arabic language to Surah Al-Baqarah or portions from Surah Al-Baqarah. In the beginning, we took two random texts. We put together some words from the vocabulary of Surah Al-Baqarah to make things easy. But for the remaining of the book or the handout, we took texts from Surah Al-Baqarah. So because of that, and we are trying to derive various rulings from those texts to understand the grammar, because of that, the rulings, they are going to be at various levels. We may deal with something simple today, something difficult tomorrow, and then go back to something simple, because we are extracting it from the text. And again, as I advise, if relating to these texts is difficult, make sure you have something simpler that you are going through and studying, and don't do it by yourself. Right? The Medina books, there are many explanations of it. At least go through the vocabulary, the conversations, the Arabiya Bayna Yadayk. There are many who explain it. At least go through the conversations so you have something simpler to relate to. As we know, the nature of the Quranic text is classical Arabic, and sometimes the structure and the expressions might be a little more difficult than the regular Arabic text. Today we have verse 101 and part of verse 102 of Surah Al-Baqarah. That is the statement of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, وَلَمَّا جَاءَهُمْ رَسُولٌ مِّنْ عِنْدِ اللَّهِ مُصَدِّقٌ لِمَا مَعَهُمْ نبذ فريق من الذين أوتوا الكتاب كتاب الله وراء ظهورهم كأنهم لا يعلمون واتبعوا ما تتلو الشياطين على ملك سليمان وما كفر سليمان ولكن الشياطين كفروا يعلمون الناس السحر. And we gonna take up to here, and that second verse, verse 102, it's a longer verse. Right, you can go back to the surah and read the entire verse and the entire page to get the full meaning. The reason why I suffice with this is because to keep things less complicated with regards to the meaning and with regards to the structure of the Arabic language. And as we normally do, we are going to go through the individual vocabularies, understand the meaning of each word, then understand the general meaning of the verse, and everything from the linguistic point of view. وَلَمَّا جَاءَهُمْ Wa means an. Lamma means when. Lamma, when. Right? Like regular when something happen or occur. Not the when for question. You don't use this lamma for question. You use this lamma to state when something happens or occurs. Ja'a means came. Hum, them. Ja'a, came. Hum mean them. Rasulun, a messenger. So here the individual words are an, when, came, them, a messenger. An, when, came, them, a messenger. Now if we translate it like that, and when came them a messenger, everyone with common sense gonna understand what you mean. Now if you're gonna put it in a proper English sentence, you're gonna have to add in some extra words, right? And when a messenger came to them, or when came to them a messenger. Understand the Arabic structure and expression, translate it appropriately, and don't try to fit the Arabic into the English or the English into the Arabic. And by reading and getting more and more exposure to the language, you're going to get used to it without the need to process a translation. So, وَلَمَّا جَاءَهُمْ رَسُولٌ mean, and when a messenger came to them. Min indillah. Min means from. Inda by itself means with. Inda by itself means with. So min indillah literally means from with Allah. Right? From with Allah. So for example, min is clear, right? If I say Ana minal Madina, I am from Medina. Ana min New York, I am from New York. Right? Min is clear. Inda means with. So for example, if I was to say Al-Kitabu indi. Al-Kitabu indi. Right, the ya for me. The book is with me. Al-Kitabu inda Ahmad. The book is with Ahmad. Al-Kitabu inda Muhammad. The book is with Muhammad. Right? That's inda, with. Clear? What is with? So a messenger came to them. Now, min indillah, we're not going to go into the tafsir of that. We're going to leave that for the tafsir class. Just understand the general message here means the messenger came to them. A messenger from Allah came to them. A messenger from Allah came to them. Musaddiqun. What is musaddiqun? We did it the last class, last lesson, right? Musaddiq is the one who is testifying to the truthfulness of something, acknowledging something, confirming something, right? Remember we say when you saddaqa something, means you testify to the truthfulness of that thing. You confirming the truthfulness of that thing. So now this here now is describing this messenger. This messenger that came from Allah, musaddiq. He is a musaddiq. He confirming the truthfulness of what? Lima, of that which is. right? Lima, confirming the truthfulness of that which is, confirming that which is. Ma'ahum, with them. Ma'a means with, hum means them. Ma'a is another word for with. Now right now, don't worry what's the difference between ma'a, what's the difference between inda. Just know all of it is with. As you see it, use it. So similarly, there is some similarity in the usage. For example, like what I mentioned before, I can say al-qalam ma'i. The pen is with me. Al-qalam ma'a Muhammad. The pen is with Muhammad. Al-qalam ma'a Ahmad. The pen is with Ahmad. And one way, as I mentioned before, and always do that with all of the vocabulary that you want to have more understanding of it. Literally, just put it in the word search, ma'a, and see the various contexts that it comes up with, and just focus on that word in the context. Don't focus on the other words, right? Similarly with inda. Similarly with lima. Remember, when you're confirming the truthfulness of something, that which you're confirming the truthfulness of, or testifying to, or confirming, you use li. Right? You use the li. You don't use an or ma'a or anything else. Use li. And this ma means what? This ma means alladhi, that which. Right? We did this ma before. And also, you can do the same. In the word search, put in the word lima. Right? And see all the various contexts that it came in. And make sure it's lima and not lamma or not lima. And not the lima that is for question. Here, this lima means that which, for that which. Lima ma'ahum. Ma'ahum, hum means them, right? So it's this messenger is confirming that which is with them. The truthfulness of that which is with them. Who is the them? In this context, the Jews. What is with them? The Torah. And the Torah mention what? That a messenger is going to come from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So they had that knowledge in the Torah. Now this messenger came and confirmed that that which was with them was truth. What they did when this messenger came? Nabadha fariqun. Nabadha means through. Fariq means a group, right? Fariq means a group. Nabadha fariqun, a group or a party. Min alladhina. Min means from. Alladhina means those. Utu means were given. Utu means were given, referring to they. Utu means were given when you refer plural. They were given, in other words. Al-Kitab means the book. So let's pause here. So, fariqun, a group, min, from those, alladhina, utu, were given the book. A group from those who are given the book, referring to the revelations of the past. Again, the Jews, right? They were given the book. Which book? The Torah. And nabadha means what? Through. When you throw something away or cast something aside. So a group from those who are given the book through. What they threw, nabadha, what they threw? Kitab Allah, the book of Allah. They threw the book of Allah وَرَاءَ ظُهُورِهِمْ. Behind. Wara means behind. Zuhur means backs. Him gonna mean, Zuhurihim gonna mean their backs. Zuhurihim gonna mean their backs. So نبذ فريق من الذين أوتوا الكتاب كتاب الله وراء ظهورهم. A group from those who are given the book through the book of Allah. Kitab Allah. Remember this construction, right? First word, no alif and lam, single vowel. Second word, kasra. وراء ظهورهم, behind their backs. كأنهم. Ka'anna means as if or like. Ka'anna, note it as it's used to show similarity. As if or like. Right? Ka'anna, and the whom refers to the they in this context, right? To the people of the book. They are this group. They threw it behind their backs. Ka'annahum, as if they La ya'lamun. La negation, ya'lamun, they know. So la ya'lamun, they don't know. As if they don't know. Now, individual words. Yeah, any word that you don't know, look for it. Right? All of these vocabs, they repeated itself in the Quran. So any of these words you don't know, right? To understand it more in various contexts, just search for it. So for example, the word utu means they were given. So if I say utul ilm, means they were given knowledge. Alladhina utul ilm, those who were given knowledge. Right? Ka'annahum, ka'anna is like, as if, right? Ka'annahum humur. Humur means donkeys. So if I say ka'annahum humur, what is it going to mean? As if they are donkeys, like if they are like donkeys, right? Where is that? Ka'annahum humurun mustanfira, as if they are donkeys fleeing, farrat min qaswara, running away from a lion. Ka'annahum khushubun. Khushub means logs, woods. So ka'annahum khushub gonna mean what? As if they are woods, logs, right? وَإِذَا رَأَيْتَهُمْ تُعْجِبُكَ أَجْسَامُهُمْ وَإِن يَقُولُوا تَسْمَعْ لِقَوْلِهِمْ كَأَنَّهُمْ خُشُبٌ, as if they are logs or woods. The vocabulary is clear? Okay, the next sentence. So this is what they did, right? A messenger came to them, confirming the truthfulness lima ma'ahum, for that which is with them. And this musaddiq in the Quran, typing the word search, type in musaddiqan lima. You're going to find more example with it with the fatha. Right? Type in mim, sad, dal, qaf, alif, fathatain, musaddiqan, lima, and you're going to find much more example. Nabadha fariq utul kitab. You type in the word utu, also you're going to find some examples in the Quran. Utul kitab is in that statement by itself is throughout the Quran, right? Utul kitab. وَمَا تَفَرَّقَ الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابَ إِلَّا مِنْ بَعْدِ مَا جَاءَتْ يَرْتَابَ الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابَ. In Surah Hashr, وَلَا يَجِدُونَ فِي صُدُورِهِمْ حَاجَةً مِمَّا أُوتُوا. And they will not find any need, any want or desire in their hearts, mimma utu, from that which they were given. قالوا للذين أوتوا العلم. They said to those who are giving knowledge. The word nabadha. Where is the word nabadha? Now, nabadha means he threw. Similar to from the same word, you have kalla la yumbadhanna. Now, yun badhanna from the same word, right? Yun badhanna means to be thrown, right? He would be thrown into the hutama, into the fire. From the name of the fire is al-hutama. لولا أن تداركه نعمة من ربه. If it wasn't for the favor of his Lord meeting him, لَنُبِذَ بِالْعَرَى. He would have been thrown into an open land, right? Nubidha. Nabadha, he threw. Nubidha, to be thrown. Right? فَأَخَذْنَاهُ وَجُنُودَهُ فَنَبَذْنَا. Nabadha, he threw. Nabadhna, we threw. Fir'aun, nabadhnahum fil yam. We threw them into the river. فَنَبَذُوهُ وَرَاءَ ظُهُورِهِمْ. Similar. In the story of, what you call it? Musa and Samiri, where he said, قَبَضْتُ قَبْضَةً مِّنْ أَثَرِ الرَّسُولِ فَنَبَذْتُهَا. I grab or a grasp from the trace of the messenger, meaning the angel, فَنَبَذْتُهَا, and I threw it. Right? So like that, look into it and just focus on that word. Don't focus on all of the words. Focus on that word in the context of the verse. Now the next verse. So that is what they did. They threw the book of Allah behind their backs, as if they don't know. And wa ittaba'u. Wattaba'u. This word is wa, and the second word is ittaba'u. Now when you read these two words together, you say wattaba'u, right? Hamzatul wasl. This alif with the sad, you call it Hamzatul wasl. Only read it when it's in the beginning, but you don't read it in the middle. So ittaba'u means they followed. Ittaba'u means they followed. You always hear the scholars saying what? Ittabi'u wa la tabtadi'u. Follow and don't do innovation, right? Ittabi'u, follow the companions, the salaf, the sunnah. Wa la tabtadi'u, and don't do a bid'ah. So wattaba'u, and they followed. What they followed? Ma tatlu ash-shayateen. Ma here means it's the same ma like before, lima. Right? We did one of the ma it's a what? Ism mawsul. How we translate it? Relative pronoun. Right? That is which. And they follow that which tatlu means recites. Ash-shayateen. The shayateen recites. The devils recites. Tatlu means recites. Now yatlu means he recites, and tatlu means, it can mean you recites or she recites or it recites. And you can use it with the plural, the broken plural, like shayateen. Right? It's not shaytun, shayateen. Call it a broken plural. But at least for now, just know it means recites. Like yatlu, from tilawa. So they follow that which the shayateen, the devils, recite. The devils recite. Ala mulki Sulaiman. Ala means what? Upon. Mulk means kingdom. Sulaiman means Sulaiman, right? The Prophet Sulaiman alayhi salam. So they followed that which the devils recite on the kingdom of Sulaiman. Now what we focus on here on is the words. Now that sentence is understandable if I say Muhammad follow that which Ahmad recited upon Yunus. The sentence understandable? Yes. Do you know what he's referring to? No. Clear the difference? Understanding the sentence from a linguistic point of view angle is one thing. Understanding or comprehending what he is referring to, knowing what he's talking about is a different thing. That second part is where? Tafsir, right? The second part is tafsir. So don't confuse yourself between the two. So the shayateen, they were reciting something upon the kingdom of Sulaiman. And these people, they followed that. Instead of following the messenger, they were following that which the shayateen were reciting upon the kingdom of Sulaiman. وَمَا كَفَرَ Sulaiman. Kafara means he disbelieved. Ma here is negation. Remember, from the meaning of ma is negation. We did three meanings of ma. One was what? Relative pronoun, which means that which, right, or which. The second is negation, and the third was question. So kafara means disbelief. Sulaiman. So ma kafara Sulaiman. Sulaiman didn't disbelieve. Sulaiman didn't disbelieve. Walakin, but. Walakin, but. Lakinna means but. The actual word for but is lakinna. Now in Arabic, a lot of time, this an comes with the but. In English, you're not going to translate it. Right? And but, that's literally. And but, the devils disbelieve. But in English, we say, Sulaiman didn't disbelieve, but the devils disbelieve. وَلَكِنَّ الشَّيَاطِينَ, but the devils, kafaru, disbelieved. Kafaru, disbelief. Kafara, if one person disbelieve. Kafaru, more than one, disbelief. Right? Kafara by itself is he. Kafaru is they. Now you can use a singular with the plural. We're going to deal with that in another class. How the devils disbelieved in the kingdom of Sulaiman? يُعَلِّمُونَ النَّاسِ السِّحْرِ. يُعَلِّمُون means they teach. يُعَلِّمُون means they teach, or they are teaching. They teach الناس, the people. What they teach them? السِّحْر. What's sihr? Magic. They teach the people magic. Clear? So that's with the vocabularies. Now when you come across a tafsir, you're going to have a wider understanding of what is referring to. Right? Now with learning the vocabulary, knowing the literal meaning along with the tafsir, now when you hear the verse recited, being recited, or when you recite the verse, you're going to have a better understanding. You're going to be able to relate with the surah and with the verses. Okay, so some related vocabularies. We have the word musaddiq, means the one who confirms. Right? As we say, the word sidq means what? Truth. And when you saddaqa something, you confirm it, you testify to its truthfulness. In other words, or you believed in that thing. And the one who is doing this, you call him musaddiq. Right? You call him musaddiq. And there are a lot of words like this. For example, what's the word to call adhan? He called adhan. Adhana. If you say adhana, he called adhan. Now the person who is doing this action, we call him Mauzam Mu'adhin. Right? We call him Mu'adhin. Clear? The person was Allama. Allama means he teach. In other words, he distribute, he gives ilm. Right? He pass ilm on to someone else. And the person who is doing this action, we call him Mu'allim. Call him Mu'allim. This is just an exposure, right? Later on, inshallah, we're going to do it more structured, in a structured manner, how to formulate these different patterns. And it helps to build your vocabs fast. So, for example, you might have learned the word Mu'allim. And then you came across the word allama. So just because you know muallim before is a teacher, and now you've seen the word allama, you're going to know allama is what the muallim does. So common sense means what? Allama going to mean what? Teach. Remember in the beginning we said, what is it you need? You need to naturally learn the language. Exposure and what? And common sense, right? Everybody inshallah have that. Right? That's how the kids they learn. Exposure, and then you figuring things out yourself. Saddaqa, yusaddiqu is the present tense. Saddiq, you commanding someone to do this verb. So if you tell someone, Saddiq bi Muhammad, meaning believe in Muhammad, confirm that he is speaking the truth, testify to his truthfulness. You command someone to call adhan, you're going to say what? If Saddaqa is he confirmed or believe, and if you command that person to do that, you're going to say Saddiq. Now, adhana, he called azan. If you want to command them, how are you going to say that? Follow the pattern. Adhin, right? Adhin. Same thing. Allama, he teach. Command someone to teach. Allim. And the confirmation or the belief is the tasdeeq. Then you have a similar word, sadaqa. Now, sadaqa means he was truthful. So, sadaqa means the person was truthful. He spoke the truth. And saddaq is you believe that he spoke the truth. Right? Understand the difference? Clear or confusing? So, for example, we have Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam and we have Abu Bakr. Which one did sadaqah and which one did saddaqa? Who spoke the truth and who believed that he spoke the truth? Who spoke the truth? Who did sadaqah? The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Then Abu Bakr did what? Saddaqa. He believed that he spoke the truth. Right? وَالَّذِي جَاءَ بِالصِّدْقِ وَصَدَّقَ بِهِ. The one who came with the truth and the one who believed in him, who testified to his truthfulness. The one who came with the truth, the verse was referring to who? The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and the one who believed in him was Abu Bakr. So sadaqa, he spoke the truth. He was truthful. Yasduqu, he is truthful. Usduq, command someone, be truthful. Sidq, the truthfulness, and the one who is speaking the truth is Sadiq. The Prophet was known as As-Sadiq al-Amin, the truthful, the trustworthy. Right? This one is like kafara, kafir, and so. From the same root, yeah. The word for charity, sadaqah, is from the same root. Fariq means a group or a party, right? Firqa, another word for group or party or a sect. And as we said, this table, there is no related columns. The relation is in the rows. I'm just choosing words that are famous and known for you to be able to grasp and connect the language easily. Firaq is sects. Firaq is the plural for firqa. Right? All of these words you should have heard somewhere, especially in Aqidah classes. Firqa, firaq, sects. Farraqa, he put them in groups. Farraqa, it can either mean you separate. Farraqa, he separated. He put them in groups or he put them in sects. So if you say Farraqa Ibrahimu, it can mean he grouped them off or he set them off, depending on the context. Right? So if you say Farraqa Ibrahimu, let's say Al-Kutub, he grouped off the books. Farraqa Ibrahim an-Nas, he separated the people, right? He made them into various sects, division, caused division between them. Yufarriqu, he separates. Tafriq is the separation. Right? And all of these words in the Quran, approximately, if not all. Where is tafriq? In Surah Tawbah. Now, similar to farraqa is in Surah Al-Baqarah with a meaning. وَإِذْ فَرَقَنَا, right? From the same root. فَرَقَنَا. Okay, where we? Ittabi'u, we said they followed. Ittaba'a, he followed. Yattabi'u, he follows. Ittabi', you commanding someone to follow, and ittiba' is the following. Right? The two conditions for an action to be accepted is what? Al-ittiba' is following, and ikhlas, sincerity. Ittiba' means what? Following the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Anyone find where is firaq? Where is firaq? Or is there in when you're trying to extract is where you need a word search in your brains. Some vocabulary in context. وَإِذْ فَرَقَنَا بِكُمُ الْبَحْرَ. Right? This exact word, we didn't mention it at the top. And when we parted the sea from you, right? From the same root. وَإِذْ فَرَقَنَا بِكُمُ الْبَحْرَ يُفَرِّقُونَ بِهِ بَيْنَ الْمَرْءِ وَزَوْجِهِ. This is in the same verse, more into the verse. Those who deal with magic, what they are doing? يُفَرِّقُونَ, they are separating. Bihi, with it, with the magic. Baina, between. Remember baina yadayk, right? Between al-mar'i, a person, wa zawjihi, and his wife. Al-mar', right? A person or a man and his wife. Literally a mar is a person and a zawj is a spouse. Al-hidayatu, guidance is in fi tasdiq al-Quran wa ittiba' sunnah. Guidance is in believing in the Quran, right? Testifying to the truthfulness of the Quran, وَاتِّبَاعِ sunnah, and following the sunnah. جاء النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم بالصدق. The Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم came with sidq, with the truth. وَصَدَّقَ بِهِ Abu Bakr, and Abu Bakr testified to it. Now know the vocab, the vowel that is used, sorry, what's the word? The preposition that is used with the word sadaqa and saddaqa. When you do sadaqa, you believe in something or testify to the truthfulness of something, use be. Use what? Be. Not ila, not fi, use be. كل فرق كالطود العظيم. That's similar, right, in Surah Al-Shu'ara. كان وراء البيت ذئب. كان, what's kana? Was. Wara means behind. Al-Bayt, house. Dhi'b is wolf, right? In the story of Yusuf. فَأَكَلَهُ الذِّئْبِ, the wolf ate him. What's the name of the wolf that ate Yusuf? Who knew that? The name of the wolf that ate Yusuf. Huh? No wolf ate Yusuf. Right? Remember, no wolf. Did any wolf ate Yusuf? كان وراء البيت ذئب. Behind the house was a wolf. There was a wolf behind the house. How we get there? That's lesson what? 1 or 2. As-sihru min al-kaba'ir. Magic is from al-kaba'ir. Al-kaba'ir means major sins. Magic is from the major sins. Al-firqatun najiyah, the saved sect. Al-firqatun najiyah. Right? Everyone heard of this terminology. Al-firqatun najiyah, the saved sect. Allati is the one who ittaba'at, followed, sabil al-sahaba, the path of the companions. The saved sect is the one that, the allati means, right, the one which, that which, sabil al-sahaba, the path of the companions. Everything, any question on what preceded? Huh? As-sihru min al-kaba'ir. Yeah, terminology. The kaba'ir literally means great. Something, great ones. Or major, something major, the major ones. The plural for kabira. Right, but some words, as we know, they have a technical meanings. Yeah, kaba'ir al-dhunub, the major of the sins. The root word for an-najia is naja. This statement, al-firqatun najia, the focus is on the word al-firqa, and this terminology, al-firqatun najia, refer to the sect that will be saved from the fire of hell, right? The saved sect. Now, breaking down the word najia, we're not focusing on that right now, meaning the literal meaning back to the word najia. Sometimes the translation, if you look at it literally, saved, indicating what? An object form of the word. Okay. Introducing the types of words in Arabic. Now this should be easy, right? The types of words in Arabic. We came across many sentences and we came across many verses. All of those words, they are either nouns, verbs, or particles. Asma, af'al, or huruf. Asma, af'al, or huruf. Nouns are words that give a meaning within itself without indicating time of an act, whether its meanings this thing happened in the past, present, or future, or without indicating tenses. In other words, nouns are words that give a meaning within itself and it's not a verb. Right? This last part there is exempt verbs. I can hear you all the way from here. Right? Those are nouns. Now in most Arabic books, when you study Ajrumiya and Alfi ibn Malik and so, they deal with the type of words and sentences in the beginning. But remember those, if you are studying Arabic brand new, fresh, you won't have anything to relate to. Because those books are teaching those who already know Arabic. So that's why we delay it a little bit in this handout, just in case there were anyone who fresh. So now when we say an example of a particle or a harf is fi, you came across fi multiple times. Common signs of a noun are tanween, it can end with a kasra, accepts al, and can be preceded by a preposition or called at. Now this here gonna help you later on. Try to remember these general signs. Common signs of a noun are tanween. In other words, you're not gonna find tanween on other than a noun. We're talking about regular classical Arabic or regular Arabic. Now when it comes to the Quranic, there's one thing to note. When it comes to the Quranic dictation rules, that there is no analogy in it. There's two things the Arabs, they say you don't do analogy with, right? When it comes to knowledge, or the scholars. One is two type of writing you don't do analogy with. One is the Quranic writing, the Quranic text. Don't try to compare and make rules with it. And the second is the text of Arud, right? The text of Arabic poetic skills. Why I mention that here, you're going to find, for example, in Surah Al-Alaq, لَنَسْفَعًا بِالنَّاصِيَةِ. That's a verb, but it's written with tanween, right? But don't do analogy with the Quranic dictation, the Quranic writing. We're studying the regular Arabic and regular dictation. So anytime you see a word with tanween, bun, ban, bin, tan, tin, tun, you already, as soon as you see the tanween, you know it's a noun. It can end with a kasra, meaning it can end with a kasra as a sign of its grammatical purpose or i'rab, the grammatical function of it in the sentence, can be indicated by a kasra. Not necessarily that the word itself has a physical kasra at the end, because some words it can delude you that there is a kasra. For example, the word qi. The word qi means what? What qi means? Save. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وأن قي, save, na, us. That's a word, one single letter with a kasra. But grammatically, it's not it didn't end with a kasra. So you can't say, oh, qi is a noun because it end with a kasra. Grammatically, it didn't end with a kasra. What it end with? Right? We can leave that for later if we ever reach it. But as we said, it's not possible to gather everything in the class. So there are going to be exceptions and things that you have to learn gradually. But generally speaking, a noun is the only thing that will end with a kasra for grammatical purpose. Accepts al. Kitab, al-kitab. Kataba, he wrote. You can't say al-kataba. Fi, in, you can't say al-fi. The in. You can't say the in. Right? Can be preceded by a preposition. This here we're going to go into more detail later on in the book. Remember we mentioned in the preposition class that everything we call preposition in English can be is two categories in Arabic. So what's meant by can be preceded by a preposition is referring to one of those two categories. We're going to deal with that later on in more. And can be called at. Called at means, you call, oh Muhammad. If you can call the thing, it's an indication. It shows that it's a noun. You can't say, oh fi, oh in, oh he wrote, right? In the sense of you calling, he wrote, right? Oh as an exclamation, that's a different oh. And these are going to help later on. Verbs, so that's nouns. Verbs are words that indicate an action along with time and tense. We're going to deal with that in more detail later, inshallah. Right? And verbs in Arabic is like verbs in English. There's no complication with verbs. That's straightforward. Acting words or action words, those are verbs. He ate, he drank, she drank, they went, they are verbs. Common signs of a verb being preceded by qad, sawfa, lam, lan, and ending with the feminine ta, like katabat, jalasat. The most common sign of a particle is not accepting the signs of the noun nor the verb. Now what are particles? Particles, okay, there's something missing there. The definition for a particle: they are words that don't carry a meaning within itself, in the sense of the word by itself can't give you a beneficial meaning. If you wrote kataba, what did it mean? He wrote. You have a meaning. If I say Muhammad, what's Muhammad? An individual, a person. Right? But if I just say li, for, or I say fi, in, right, by itself, it can't give you a beneficial meaning. And these words, they don't accept the signs of the nouns nor the verbs. Now as we go across now more texts, we're going to apply these gradually. So you see the benefit in knowing them. So we're going to pause here, inshallah ta'ala. Continue with the types of sentences in Arabic tomorrow and enter into lesson 9 inshallah ta'ala. سبحانك اللهم بحمدك ونشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت ونستغفرك ونتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. 5 minutes? 5 minutes. بارك الله فيك.